Hey everyone, Andrew Burns from Running to Keep Up here with you. As I always do, I want to take a moment just to thank you for being here, for watching this video, for listening to this recording, for engaging with this content. I really sincerely appreciate you. And I want to take a moment to celebrate you for taking the time to seek out some material that is going to help you become the best version of you that you can be. Stick with me. I can help you improve your productivity. I can help you limit the impact of procrastination in your world. I can help you build new and useful habits into your life. I think because I spend so much time talking and teaching about productivity and recording and writing about productivity and thinking and reading about productivity, that people who don't know me very well think that I'm trying to be productive all the time, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I love it when I don't have anything to do. I love it when I can be unproductive. I guess what I am trying to do is, at the times when I am being productive, at those times I'm trying to be as effective as I possibly can. I'm trying to get as much done at those times as I possibly can. I am trying to handle as much as I possibly can at those times. So when the downtimes come, I can really relax into it, safe in the knowledge that everything is handled. And if everything isn't handled, then I know everything that I'm not doing at that moment can wait. That's what I'm trying to achieve. If you've engaged with any of my work previously, whether that be written or video or audio, you'll know I take a pretty holistic view of productivity. What do I mean by that? Well, I believe that everything we have to do in our world and in our lives is our work. And everything we cross off our to-do list is a step forward in our productivity. Let me give you an example. So on my errands list, I might have buy cat food. And I'm in the supermarket and I buy that cat food and I cross that thing off my list. And in that moment, I have been productive, but I didn't produce anything. So you'll find some people out there who disagree with that. So there are writers writing blog posts and books who will measure their productivity by counting the number of words that they produced in a day. So they're taking a very literal view of the word productivity. What did I produce? That's how I measure how productive I was. Or YouTubers will measure their productivity by the number of videos that they publish. And I understand that. I have some sympathy with that point of view. I understand the desire to make your main thing the main thing. What I can't help but feel, though, is by focusing on that sole measure of your productivity, what you're kind of encouraging yourself to do is to ignore everything else in your world that needs to get done. And you can get away with that for a certain period of time, for sure. But eventually, one of those things is going to come and bite you. Eventually, that hungry cat is going to come and bite you. So my to-do list is not just a list of next actions. It is also a list of not next actions. So I look at my to-do list. I choose the thing that I'm going to do next, probably the thing that has highest priority for me in that moment. And in that decision, I'm also choosing not to do everything else on that list. I'm making a decision that everything else on that list can wait. Now, what this not next list allows me to do is to look at everything on my plate and say, not now. Now, if that list is incomplete, if I'm looking at my plate but it's only a partial view, if I suspect that there are things, who knows where, lying fallow somewhere that I need to get done, how is my focus going to be? Again, my focus is going to be fragmented and I'm going to be less productive as a result. I wonder whether you ever had a situation like this, where your kid says something to you, but you were on your phone or in your head and you didn't hear it. And you make a kind of non-committal sound because you're not sure whether you're meant to be agreeing or disagreeing or commiserating. You just didn't hear what they said. or your spouse asks you to do something and you completely forget, and when he or she reminds you of it, you suddenly feel this terrible sinking feeling that you didn't do what you said you were going to do, but it was a really busy week and you weren't really listening. I wonder whether you've been on vacation and unable to relax, unable to stay off your email because you have this nagging sense that something is going to blow up while you're away. In this world of always on, always striving to achieve more, I think the downtimes become ever more important. And so we need to figure out how we're going to get the best out of our downtime. And our loved ones deserve that, don't they? Our loved ones deserve us to be present when we're with them. So, look, not everything my kids say to me is gold dust. When my youngest is talking about her birthday and we're still 11 months out, my mind is prone to wander. But I want my kids to feel like I'm there for them. I want them to feel like when we're spending time together, I'm engaged with them. I don't want them ever to say to me when they're adults, Dad, you weren't there for us. You were there, but you weren't really there. That thought fills me with horror. And I bet it fills you with horror too. So how do we achieve that? How do we make sure that we're there for our loved ones in the way that I'm describing? So remember, right back at the beginning of this recording, what I said was, in the downtimes, I need to know that everything is handled, and if it's not handled, I need to know for sure that it can wait. And that's what we're trying to achieve. So incomplete lists, incomplete not now lists, don't do that for us. We've got to get that list complete. We've got to get everything out of our head. So what do you need to do? Take a pen and paper and make a list. Write everything down that's on your mind, that's playing on your mind. Look around, look at things that have been nagging away at you. Capture everything on that list. If you haven't done this for a while or you've never done this could be a long list, but stick with it. Do not give up. This is going to buy you real freedom. Okay, so keep going. Now that list is only part of the way. Now you've got to process that list. So go through that list one at a time. Consider whether there's something there that really needs to be done. Consider whether it's a multi-step action. What does the outcome look like? And are there multiple steps to get there? That makes it a project. That goes on your project list. And then you need to decide what's the first step of that project. That goes on your next action list. Is there anything on that list that you could delegate to someone else? It doesn't have to be you that gets it done to get it off your mind. If there are really fast actions on there, less than 2-minute actions, do them as you're going through your list. Because remember, if you don't remember, go back and watch the 2-minute rule video. The 2-minute rule says that it takes longer than 2 minutes to add something to your list and then get it back out again. So in the moment that you come across one of those 2-minute actions, get it done. But don't let the number of those disrupt this process. And now what you will find is that potentially your next actions lists are very long. So again, what we suggest is that you break that list up into contexts. So maybe you have an at-home list, maybe you have an at-office list or an at-desk list. Maybe you have a calls list, maybe you have an agendas list to keep things that you want to talk to specific people about on. Be smart, break up your lists in this way. An errands list I already mentioned. So currently my next action list, I have an office list, I have a calls list, I have an at-home list, an errands list, and I have an iPad list for things that I need to do on the iPad when I'm at home. And I keep those things separate. And then when I've got the iPad in front of me, I can, run to that list and just see the items that I need to get done there. So I just talked you through a very big amount of work. I want you not to be scared of it. I want you to embrace it, and I want you to have the goal in your mind that what we're trying to do is to enable you to be relaxed, to be there for your loved ones. That's what this work is going to do. If you missed it, go back, watch this video again, really get hold of this, really understand it, because this is going to make you more relaxed. It is going to mean you are there for your loved ones. It is going to give you a clear view of everything that's on your plate. It's going to let you know it's okay to be unproductive. Thanks everyone. Until next time.